Welcome aboard, listeners. Yeah, so welcome back. I was literally just telling Sam, I haven't recorded in 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I was in Florida for work, so I literally texted Sam while I was there and was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I can't record this week. I think I was flying home that Thursday, which is the day we typically record. And last week, we've just had a lot going on. The boys are in swim lessons now on Thursdays. We've just got packed schedules. So, Gabby and I, when we record, we're going to have to find a different night to record.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of chaos here, Tom, on Thursdays. I literally got home. I worked out for a little bit. I carpet cleaned. The kids got home. I put them to bed, and I was like, well, good to see you, Gab. I have to go record now. So shout out to Gab for being patient. While I was in Florida, I had the opportunity to eat at 2 Walt Disney World restaurants. We're just jumping into this thing.
Yeah.
2 Walt Disney World restaurants. I ate at Homecoming in Disney Springs. I've been really wanting to try Homecoming. Every time I've gone to Disney Springs, it's probably at the top of my list. It didn't deliver like I wanted it to.
Bummer.
Yeah. And I don't think it's their fault. Because I went with my boss, so it was like a business lunch. So I didn't have to eat like a salad, but when you do these lunches, you don't want to eat something messy.
Right.
So I just went with a salad. I didn't know what I was walking into. We did get the deviled eggs. Oh my god, those things are amazing. But if my boss ever listens to this, she's gonna give me so much shit. She was eating her deviled eggs with a fork. So I took it upon myself to eat my deviled egg with a fork.
That's just blasphemous. You don't pop the whole thing in your mouth like a heathen?
That's what I wanted to do, but then I looked over. We were also sitting at the bar. I looked over and she's fucking cutting it up, and I'm like, do I have to do that?
See, the fact that you were at the bar means that it was okay for you to shove it into your mouth like a monster.
See, and that's what I thought too. But I ate it with a fork. I'm full of it.
Is that the place that's partnered with the Flavor Town dude?
No, that's Chicken Guy.
That's Chicken Guy.
Oh, and so it's Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
Right, yes.
I was driving to Fort Lauderdale 2 days later, and I am 98% sure Chef Art Smith passed me on the Florida Turnpike.
Huh.
Because a black Jeep with a license plate that literally read Chef Art passed me, and I'm like, no one else would have that if it wasn't him. If so, they're a fake. So I was like, he just passed me on the interstate.
Well, what if it was actually, the license plate didn't read Chef Art? What if it just said, she fart?
I don't think it did, but I see your logic. But, all in all, I'd like to try it again. Not on a business trip, because I was afraid to get my hands dirty.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, because they do the fried chicken, right? They have phenomenal.
Well, I got the fried chicken salad, thinking I'd give myself a little taste.
Not the same.
My boss got her salad dressing on the side, and I didn't. So I think I would redo that, but I don't think I'd get the salad again.
Well, it's just like getting poutine from the stand at Disney Springs versus getting poutine from actually Canada in Epcot. It's 2 totally different poutines.
Yes. Gabrielle could go on for hours about that. About the poutine in Epcot, period.
So I'm just saying is that you did the thing where you get the fried chicken salad, but
it wasn't the fried chicken.
Not fried chicken.
Yeah. But, yeah. I regret going. I regret, because we walked in and she knows that I have the podcast and everything. She's like, all right, what's the move? And I was like, homecoming, but there's probably not going to be any reservations. And she's like, oh, there will be. And I'm like, you just going to, like, whip your dick out? Like, what's about to happen here?
What?
We sat at the bar. I didn't even think of that. So, it was fine. She was like, no, we're going to sit at the bar. And I was like, oh, all right. That's fine.
Fair.
Yeah. So, we did that. And actually, my company has sold some equipment to different vendors at Disney Springs, which is super cool that I got to see, like, that kind of stuff in the projects we've worked on, because we worked on projects. Like, apparently we worked on Gran Destino Tower previously, which I did not know of. And that's where I ate my second meal. We ate at Three Bridges, which is out on the water. That meal was probably one of the best I've had at Disney. It was one of my favorite restaurants. Total last minute decision, and we were a party of 6. It was me, my mom, my brother, my friend Katie, and my cousin and his fiance. And yeah, it was amazing. I had the pork tacos. They were so great. We had some type of like cheese dip and chips. That was amazing. Service was great. Highly, highly recommend eating there. They asked that you join like a walk-up list on the app. Mm. But we had 6, and my friend Katie got there before us, and she's a cast member. So she was, like, texting me. She's like, I can't get the 6 of us in, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you better be going to talk to somebody, because I've been waiting for this meal for hours now. So it ended up working out. And I think the wait, we went at, like, 5:36, and I think the wait was, like, an hour and a half. So, like, it wasn't too bad, and we just kind of enjoyed the atmosphere around Coronado. So highly, yeah, I recommend Three Bridges.
I've heard great things about it. They're good.
Yeah, same. And I don't think anyone in my family would enjoy the food there. Mm. So that was my whole thing with going and not feeling as guilty. I was like, well, they probably wouldn't eat here anyway, so it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So, yeah. News-wise, there's a bunch of news, but at the same time, like, there's not really. Food and Wine. Flower and Garden started.
Yep.
There's a new Encanto topiaries. They're really cool.
I saw them. They're really, really cool.
Yeah, like Mirabelle has a butterfly that lights up at night. I thought that was really cool.
They did Encanto topiaries, and then I think they had a couple other new ones. Like a couple other new groups, I think.
Yes. Cogsworth and Lumiere might have been new.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I literally was watching a video. I watched a live stream yesterday from Epcot, and I watched Mammoth Club. I've been trying to like slowly watch their video. What was the other one? Trying to think here. Oh, Kermit and Miss Piggy? No, they're not new.
No.
Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Chip and Dale, they're not new. Daisy, not new. Yeah, I can't remember what the... Tiana's the other new one.
Tiana's the other new one.
In America. That one is also really cool.
Yes. Tiana was new. Man, I thought there was another one too, but there's not.
It's Tiana, Mirabelle. Is it Isabelle?
Yeah. So Mirabelle, Antonio, Isabella, and Luisa.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Antonio got put in there, and not Dolores or
Bruno.
Yeah, or Bruno. It's Antonio.
My guy gets a whole song, but cannot get a topiary. Sorry, Bruno.
Sorry.
We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think they're gorgeous topiaries. I look forward to when I can take my family to Flower and Garden. We've only done Food and Wine, and I think that Gabby and the boys would really enjoy that.
I did Flower and Garden. It's been years. I was a small child the last time I did Flower and Garden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, it's really cool. It's really pretty. And there's also like sometimes like some really special like weird character meet and greets. Like, I mean, I met Alice in London out there. Yeah. And like I feel like you don't really see Alice in London out there very often.
We saw Belle in France. I think.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't think that's necessarily a Flower and Garden thing. I think that's just an Epcot World Showcase thing.
And I feel like they only do it like during special times.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Typically, when you go to London, it's usually Winnie the Pooh and the gang.
Yeah. Yeah. What the hell?
But no, I walked out and there, sure enough, there's just Alice out there walking around, and I was like, "What? What are you doing?
What? What? That's
Who are
funny.
you?
Yeah. There's also great food offerings this year for Flower and Garden. The main theme of Flower and Garden this year is the Orange Bird. They're selling a lounge fly, which seems to be flying off the shelves, so that's probably on eBay currently for $375.
Let's talk about the Sipper.
And the Sipper is probably $60 on eBay right now.
Probably, but the Sipper is pretty cool with like a really cool nod to history too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't seen those, definitely go check those out. I've been watching a lot of live streams lately while I work, just kind of occupying my mind, and a few live streamers have been doing a lot of Epcot. Resort TV has been doing a lot of walking around, and so I found a new one yesterday. It was called Ear to Ear Magic, and they are pretty good.
So ironically, I think there's 3 icons this year to Flower and Garden.
Spike the Bee, Orange Bird, and Figment?
Figment, oh, so then there's 4, because Snow White also got included in there, and I don't know why. Like, if you go in to buy, like, the merchandise, they've got an area for Orange Bird, an area for Figment, and then they have an area for Snow White.
Oh, so there's 3. Spike the Bee just kind of, like, comes around during Food and Wine. And that's the only time you really see him. Yeah.
But I just thought it was kind of interesting. And, like, if you go to buy the pins, because you know how there's, like, pins usually for that special occasion.
Spent $80 on them one time. Very drunk.
Wow.
Yeah.
It shows you how the mouse gets into your pocket when you're drunk.
Yeah, it was a long day of drinking at Disney Springs, and then I went to Epcot. I was staying at the beach club, so I was like, oh, I need a sweatshirt. Let's go to Epcot. And that's where it all went downhill.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That is where we go down.
Yeah. Pins, man, they'll get you every time.
I saw somebody did a TikTok the other day where they did the drinking around the world in Epcot.
Oh, was it that guy? It starts with a D.
No, it was somebody else. This ties into it. The whole the mouse getting into your pocket when you're drunk. His first mistake was he started in Mexico, which is this is a conversation you and I have had a lot.
Right.
Starts off in Mexico, and I mean he's just plastered by like the 4th.
Well, yeah.
And I mean this dude ended up dropping stupid money on merch. I mean,
I believe it.
Head to toe, decked head to toe.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that you don't. First of all, you don't start in Mexico.
Bad idea. From
the
start.
Heavy.
I watched a TikTok. I thought you were talking about this one. It was a guy. I think Gabby might have sent it to me. He drank all 11 drinks. He was pretty lit by the end of it, but he drank all 11.
I've seen some people stumbling in Epcot before.
Yeah. I've been one of them. Anyways, dumbass Ron DeSantis signed the bill to initiate the, Florida tourism, I don't even remember what it's called. It's a shit show, and it's probably not going to be good.
Yeah.
And I hate it. They appointed, 3 old white guys and 1 woman to make it look like they cared about diversity. The one guy has a very terrible comb over.
Yeah.
And, that's about all I got on that so far. Try not to dive too deep into it, A, politics on podcast-wise, and B, just in general, because I don't think it's going to have a good outcome.
I don't think it is either. I think that people think it's going to, but I don't think they've thought about the long-term consequences.
Yeah. If I threw a tantrum, I would not strip people's rights away. That's just me. Mando and Grogu made a surprise appearance at Hollywood Studios the other day and sent an internet into a frenzy.
Mm-hmm. Do you know if that's permanent now?
What's that?
Do you know if that's going to be a permanent installation?
Is it?
At Orlando. I know in land it is.
I haven't heard that it's not permanent.
Cool.
It debuted, and I think they did it on purpose because of what happened, but basically they didn't tell anyone he was coming out, and he just came out. It was for the season premiere of The Mandalorian last Wednesday. And within probably 2 hours, people were swarming the parks just to see Mando. It was ridiculous. He probably couldn't move. People were in his face. Everyone was crowded around him. And this is why we cannot have nice things. Yeah, we can do these things at Disneyland because people at Disneyland don't crowd around characters.
So I listened to somebody because they were explaining the differences between why Disney World and Disneyland have to do things differently. And it's mostly because a lot of the people that visit Disneyland live in California. They're locals.
Yeah, they have a much smaller market.
Right, so that's why they have to change it up so frequently, like doing, the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay at Mansion.
Yeah.
And that's why they can do all that stuff. But in Disney World, it's so hard to do because so many tourists. I mean, it's like one of the biggest destination areas.
We must have listened to the same podcast.
Probably.
Or whatever we listened to, yeah, because that's exactly what I got from it. But it sucks.
It does suck because we don't get to have really cool special characters like that.
No, and I think that's the whole basis of Galaxy's Edge is just like having these roam around characters in their storyline, and they can't.
Well, and that's the thing too. And I know that they were supposed to do roam arounds, like just like extras essentially that had like stories and backgrounds and things like that. And I know that they're able to implement that more at Disneyland, but I haven't really seen it at Disney World, and I think it's just for that basis of it's A, too crowded, and B, people get way too wild at Disney World.
Yeah, when we went last September, we saw the stormtroopers walking around. But I think that if you have characters like that kind of roaming around more frequently, it's less bound to happen because there's more of a chance to see them.
Yeah.
But when you see a character like the Mandalorian, who is very, very popular in pop culture right now, it's bound to happen, and it sucks.
Grogu, too.
Yes, he did have Grogu. People are like trying to touch him and stuff, and I'm like, bro, get away from him.
Darn you, Jon Favreau, for coming up with this adorable little creature.
Right? Oh my, have you been watching The Mandalorian?
Not, so I didn't watch season 2 because I was in school at the time. And
Gotcha.
then I'm letting season 3 get out ahead of me too, because at some point I'm going to have to go on maternity leave.
Right, you're going to need something to watch.
Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to pop it up in the background whenever I'm, walking away or doing whatever.
I will say Grogu is really cute this season, without giving out any spoilers.
My father has said the same thing to me. My dad's like, have you watched it because he's super adorable this season.
Yeah, and like I'm not a big Grogu person, but every time I'm just like, he's so cute.
I do love Pedro Pascal. I'm watching The Last of Us, so.
Another good one. I have not watched that one.
It's good. I don't know. I'm just doing the big one tonight, so it's going to be quite a podcast for you.
I know. Oh, the Haunted Mansion trailer dropped. The new one.
Oh, yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. I don't think it was the one I wanted or needed.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson kind of surprised me. But other than that, I had no takeaways. I'm excited to see it.
Oh, did you see the Little Mermaid teaser? That launched.
Yes. With Melissa McCartney as Ursula.
Yeah, but most people couldn't see it because it was super dark.
Correct. That's what a lot of people are saying about this latest episode of The Mandalorian, too, is that Disney's just going for this, like, dark type of video, like, production.
They got problem.
Yeah, like, people on Twitter are like, hey, if you're gonna watch this, the second episode, make sure you watch it in a dark room with the brightness on your TV all the way up. Yeah, so it's a new style that Disney's going with, and I have a feeling they'll do it for this new Haunted Mansion movie, too.
Oh,
which kind of sucks, but I
don't know. What I want to see live action of?
What?
Thing we've been getting teased about for years, Hercules.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just over the live action. I wasn't a fan of them to begin with.
I get that because I'm also not a huge fan of it, but it's just one of those ones that they've been teasing for eons at this point. I'm like, just make it.
You know what other one we got was the Peter and Wendy. That one looked really good too.
I did not see that one.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you on Twitter. It looked amazing. Like, that one looked better than the Haunted Mansion one to me. And like, I think I even wrote this on Twitter. Like, I don't get excited for live action movies, but that one got me kind of excited. So yeah, you'll have to check that one out for sure.
Sorry, I'm really distracted because I'm doing that thing where I have like Disney Plus on in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I put up the sunrise.
Oh, it's so distracting. I love it so much. I love it so much. Yeah, I think is there anything new? Tron, Galactic Star Cruiser, reduction of times, Avatar expansion at Disneyland.
Which they said is going to be basically the same as World, so...
Right, exactly. Mandalorian, no.
I'm sure they'll get a lot more walk-around characters.
Yeah, no shit. That sucks. Yeah, that's it. We're looking forward to, yeah, what's that? Ariel, The Little Mermaid. Looking forward to the live-action Little Mermaid. That's where we'll end it.
Yeah.
Excited for, what's her name? Hallie
Bailey? Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey, yeah. I knew it was Hallie. Excited to see how Halle Bailey does.
I think she's going to do great. I mean, it sounds great. The songs so far sound great.
A banger.
Banger. Melissa McCarthy as Ursula.
Excited.
You're excited?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Excited. As someone who binged Gilmore Girls because I wanted something... Okay, listen. Gabby and I started dating, and she was like, I love Gilmore Girls. And my sappy ass was like, all right, I'll watch Gilmore Girls. So, like, I can... So, like, Gabby and I will have something to talk about. That show is amazing, and it's so addicting. Melissa McCartney is, like, one of the stars of the show. So...
I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how I feel.
Yeah, she's in more of, like, a comedy role when she...
Yeah. Did you see... This is a weird caveat, but I just want to bring this up. The really bizarre... I think it was straight to DVD, like The Little Mermaid 2, where Ariel has a daughter.
I think so, yeah.
And Ursula has this weird sister that we never heard about or knew anything about, but she was literally just the skinny version of Ursula.
That's embarrassing. What the fuck?
I don't know why, but I just thought about that when you were talking about Gilmore Girls, because I was like, oh yeah, they could get that one lady from Gilmore Girls to just play the sister.
Lauren Graham? I think Gabby would leave me for Lauren Graham, and honestly, same. So, let's do it.
I could think about whenever you were talking about Melissa McCarthy being Ursula, and then I was like, oh, could be steal from, like, Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls is such a great show. I should create a podcast on Gilmore Girls, because it's so good. But anyways, on to our, I got a news topic about Disney. It's not important.
Okay, good.
The main event. Sam and I are wrapping up our Refurb versus Retheme series. We saved the best for last. I have absolutely no notes for tonight, so we'll see how this goes, because I think it's going to be unhinged.
I think it's going to be one of the most unhinged.
We're doing Magic Kingdom tonight. Sam and I will go through land by land, or at least that's how I imagine in my brain. Go through land by land and decide what attractions we think need a refurb and a retheme, and we'll maybe touch on how we would get that shit done.
Can I just say something?
You are welcome to say anything you want, Sam. Go ahead.
I feel like Magic Kingdom is one of the most visited parks of all of Disney World.
Yeah, the tweet I just said, the tweet I just got on my watch says the busiest theme park in the world.
Yeah, is going to be Magic Kingdom. I feel like Magic Kingdom is the least touched and least updated park of all of the Disney franchise.
Yep, I agree.
And it's a total bummer. So again, this is going to be probably the most unhinged version of this podcast.
Yeah, it'll probably be problematic, and we will have a lot of unpopular opinions most likely because, like Sam said, no one ever really shows any love to Magic Kingdom as far as like fixing things, updating things, stuff like that. Because we've worked on Tron for 5 years. For what?
For a, in my opinion, really crummy, like 30-second roller coaster ride.
From start to finish, 1 minute and 1 second. But who's counting?
So, yeah, who's counting?
We'll do this. We'll do this by method, Sam. When you are in Magic Kingdom at Rope Drop, do you go left or do you go right?
Oh man, I gotta think. I think,
or you could go around the castle and straight back.
I think we might go straight back.
That's what we typically do now.
I think we do that, or we'll hit Adventureland first. Like
We'll start in Fantasyland.
We'll
start in Fantasyland and move. Do you want to start in New Fantasyland or the regular Fantasyland?
Oh man, I have one for New Fantasyland.
Go.
Because I think that this counts towards New Fantasyland. I think Under the Sea: Journey of the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, it's New Fantasyland.
Refurb. The animatronics in this ride.
Yes, I agree.
Are garbage.
They're bad. They're really bad.
They are constantly broken.
Yeah.
Constantly.
It's like a joke at this point.
It really is. And like, I think in my notes, these animatronics break like every day.
Yeah.
Every single day, there is like a new video out there of these animatronics breaking down.
It's of Ariel's eyeballs like twitching or Ursula's head maybe not even attached. It's bad.
It's bad.
They need to shut that shit down for like 3 months. Give every animatronic in there some love.
Yeah. It literally feels like the animatronics from Splash Mountain.
You don't need to change a single thing about that. Don't change the storyline. Don't change the look of the animatronics. Just spray some WD-40 on them or something. Jesus.
They are broken.
Yeah.
So broken, it hurts. Every time I see a video of that ride, at least one of them is broken. At least.
And it's a great attraction. Like, it fills me with so much serotonin when I write it. Like that, the scene when you're in the big room and we're singing Under the Sea and all the fish are doing whatever.
Great. So much.
It makes me so happy. But then the next scene is Ursula and her head's popped off.
Yeah. Her head's popped off. Her jaw is like going like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like,
yeah. She's like a crack addict or something.
Yeah. Just fix her.
Yeah.
Fix the animatronics.
Yeah, I agree.
So bad.
As far as New Fantasyland goes, I don't really have anything that I'm not a fan of Be Our Guest. That's my hot take. I don't really know what to do with it though. I think it's overpriced.
I haven't been. Mostly because it's overpriced.
Yeah, I think it's overpriced for what it's worth. Theming in it is wonderful. I don't know, maybe we just redo the menu.
I think if you're wanting to try and do, because it's not really a quick service, it's not really a sit down kind of, you know what I mean? Like Cinderella's Royal Table, I would consider that more like a sit down than Be Our Guest.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not exactly quick service. So it's that weird middle ground. And I just think that for it being in that weird middle ground, we should readjust the menu and pricing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. See, I just don't know what to do with it, but I don't like its current state.
Yeah.
At all.
That's fair.
We can jump over to Adventureland now. If you don't have anything else for New Well, no, we need to do Fantasyland. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fantasyland, Pooh. It's out. Bring Mr. Toad back.
You want to get rid of Pooh?
Yeah, not a fan.
I love Pooh.
No, I don't like it. I've never been a big fan of Winnie the Pooh. I say we bring Mr. Toad's Wild Ride back.
Bummer. See, I'm a huge Winnie the Pooh fan. I loved Eeyore growing up. That was my favorite character.
Really? My mom's is Tigger.
Yeah. I love going into Tigger's Abyss. That's my favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair, because it is a little on the older side, and we haven't really touched on Winnie the Pooh in years, and I mean, now he's public domain, so.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That weird, creepy movie.
Yeah, Disney's really mad about that.
I would be too, it's creepy!
So I guess they're really mad about that. I just heard this on a podcast. I can neither confirm nor deny any of this. I guess Mickey enters public domain next year.
Why?
I don't know. This is just a rumor I heard. I cannot confirm nor deny that Mickey Mouse enters public domain next year.
I blame Bob Chapek.
And I imagine that everybody at Disney is currently scrambling to figure out how to make that not a thing.
Freaking out.
Panicking. And, yeah, I guess they're really worried that what happened to Winnie the Pooh is going to happen to Mickey Mouse.
I just want to know, like, how and why it happened.
I also would love to know, but yeah.
I'm literally Googling it.
I think I could just be talking out my butt right now.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why is Winnie the Pooh a public domain? I don't know. That's something for me to look into later.
Okay, so it's the iconic character from Steamboat Willie. So it'll be that version of Mickey Mouse is Steamboat Willie.
You can still do a lot with that.
Do a lot.
It's kind of scary.
We'll have the silhouette.
Yeah.
The terrible things that could happen.
The internet is a dark and scary place. What else we got for Fantasyland? What you got, Sam?
I want to see a refurb of It's a Small World.
You are going to change a classic?
I'm going to change a classic.
Tell me about this Small World refurb. What do you want to see in it?
I want to see the small little like peekaboo characters that they did in Disneyland, where you go through like Hawaii, and they've got Lilo on a surfboard and Stitch.
Oh yeah, okay.
And there's like a Mulan figure. I want to see that. Also, there's just a lot in our It's a Small World that's just broken. So I would like to see some of it fixed.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
New paint job, baby.
Yeah, and I know they repainted the sun recently, I think. But yeah, I see where you're going with that.
I just think it'd be cute.
Yeah, I do think they could add some more characters with some familiarity in regards to whatever nationality they're trying to represent.
Yeah.
I don't want them to strip the culture from the attraction by any means.
I get that completely. That's why I'm saying, like, I would do definitely the different, like culture characters.
Right. They did just add a wheelchair doll. A doll in a wheelchair, which I thought was really cool.
It's really cool.
For, like, accessibility and stuff, so that's cool. You know what? Let's just go right across the way and let's redo Peter Pan.
Fair. I agree. I hate this ride with a passion, mostly because it always has a stupid long wait.
For what? For what reason?
Like, just because people want to go through the interactive queue. That's it.
Because people want to fly through the air. Yeah, Let's do something else with it. I don't care what we do with it.
Yeah. You're just like, I don't care, just get rid of it.
Yeah. Like, I want to say keep it Peter Pan, but at the same time, like, what else? I don't know.
Yeah, but let's be real here for a second. How long has it been since we've done anything with Peter Pan?
Well, there's a new movie out. Yeah, I don't know. Let's update some scenes. Let's get some new imagery in there. Give me something new to look at. Give me something to look forward to every once in a while.
It's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
Give me a reason to wait 75 minutes for this attraction when I'm just getting on a magical ship and flying through the air.
You know what? Speaking of interactive queue, because Peter Pan has the one that, like, everybody loses their mind over.
I don't know why, but continue.
Back to my Small World problem. Put an interactive queue in that.
Where? It's all, like, out in the open.
Figure it out, Disney.
Figure it out. If Soarin' can have an interactive queue, then It's a Small World can have an interactive queue.
The thing is that, obviously, it brings popularity to Peter Pan, because everybody wants to go through it because they want to play with, like, the bells or whatever.
Right, and Tinkerbell and everything else, yeah.
So, start doing more of that with your rides, just to try and disperse the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we all know people are there.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm not for it, and it drives me crazy that ride is always at least an hour, if not an hour and a half.
Yeah, we jumped in line one time when it said 30 minutes and it ended up being 50, and it was the first time we took the boys, full of regret. The line was literally, it was still during COVID, the line was up the stairs at Columbia Harbor House.
God.
And that's when I realized that we were doomed. I was like, oh, this is going to be like a pretty hefty wait.
I don't understand, because that ride's not anything to write home about.
It's very short. I guess you could consider it a classic. I think that's probably the draw.
It's a classic.
It's a very short classic. Oh, where were we? We were in Fantasyland. Fucking Fantasyland. What else do we have over there? Filler Magic, Carousel. I wouldn't really... would I touch Filler Magic? No. It's fine. It's fine.
I like it.
They just updated it to Coco. I forgot about the Coco scene when we went in September, so it started and I freaked out. I was like, Gabby! It's Coco! Coco! And Gabby is just like, yeah.
I love the excitement that people get for Coco.
Yes! It's so great!
So good. It's such a great movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't touch the carousel. It's fine. It's a relic.
Yeah.
So yeah, that pretty much does it for Fantasyland, I do believe.
Yeah.
Now we can hop to Adventureland.
Now let's hop to Adventureland.
Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Just rip that shit out.
Yeah.
No one needs it. I will literally take stroller parking.
Well, especially in that area, because that area has...
so tight.
So tight, it's so condensed. Gross, hate it.
Yeah. Enchanted Tiki Room. I'm indifferent.
I loved that show when it was under new management.
So did my friend Kyle.
With Zazu and Iago.
Yeah.
Because I think it was really fun, and there was some good funny moments in it.
Yeah, I've only really seen it twice. It's history, so I'm not going to say let's demolish it, because that might be the end of my career.
Was it the one in Disneyland that caught fire? Or was it the one in Orlando that caught fire? One of them caught fire.
I think it was Orlando. And I don't even think it was that caught fire. I think it was like the kitchen of Aloha Isle or something.
Well, I think Aloha Isle, but then I think it caught the thatch roof.
Yeah.
I got it out before it did too much damage.
Yeah, I think it was Magic Kingdom.
I have some... I'll go with the less controversial one for right now.
Let's hear
Swiss Treehouse.
No, I agree with that.
So that one's my least controversial one. I'm down with it becoming Encanto.
Oh, hell yeah. I am too.
I'm so down with it becoming Encanto.
I'm down with it becoming Encanto. I'm down with it becoming Tarzan. I'm down with it becoming literally anything.
Yeah, I think that the Swiss Family treehouse is just boring.
I have walked through it once. Give me a reason to walk through it again.
I got nothing for you.
I just meant like to Disney in general. Make me want to do it.
The only thing I can think of is A, nobody ever goes over there, and B, you can get some pretty cool views and cool pictures there.
Yeah, but I also have to do cardio.
But you gotta do cardio to do it, so is it really worth it?
No. Not to me. What's your controversial one?
Jungle Cruise.
I was pondering that.
Refurb.
Yeah.
I know that we've got some, like, a little bit of, like, refurb work going on over there.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly done, but yes.
Yeah. Just some of the animatronics are looking rough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give them some love.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I'm referring to the most, though, is that stupid freaking tiger in the temple.
The one eating the lion?
No. So you're going through, like, the jungle temple, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And, like, the first shot that you see behind your skipper is, like, that stupid opening that has this, like, terrible looking mangy tiger with, like,
red eyes.
Yeah. Gone. I want it gone. Out of here.
I want the whole temple scene gone.
You want the whole temple? I get that, because as a child, that scene scared me to death.
And they're not allowed to talk in it, so what's the point?
I had one skipper who sang "It's a Small World."
Love that.
And I was like, this is creepy.
Yeah, like, if we're going through this and you're not allowed to talk and tell me jokes, which is the basis of the attraction, why are we doing it?
Yeah. And my thing is I'm like, are you just not talking because you, like me, cannot see through this entire place because the lighting is so garbage?
I think it has something to do with, like, the echo in the tunnel. I could be wrong, but I remember hearing the reason why, and I feel like that had something to do with it.
But here's the thing is, like, whenever my skipper did the "It's a Small World," he just kind of whispered into the mic and it really didn't cause, like, any issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Just down during that part.
Shut up.
Like, just quietly speak into the mic. Don't yell into it.
Right, yeah. Give me some backstory of the SEA or something.
Yeah, like, I know that they're working on this whole, like, coming up with characters and, like, actually giving backstories, and, like, I just want to see it get refurbished. And then also the tribe scene, the tribal scene.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we'll probably change that.
Yeah, that's a little controversial.
Well, we got rid of Trader Sam, so, you know.
Right, so we might as well.
Yeah, if we're gonna keep going down this route, let's just go ahead and...
Yeah, if we're gonna commit to it, which I do not have a problem with, let's commit.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, if you're gonna do it, go the full 100. Don't just go 50.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, I mean, that's my biggest thing, is I just want to see a refurbishment of Jungle Cruise. I know that they're working on, like, touching up a little bit of it, but just do the whole haul.
Yeah, and I think they're also working on giving some nods to the latest live-action release, so...
Yeah. Well, I know that there's a lot of, like, backstory that they're trying to add to it, so... Which, I mean, good. I like it.
Yeah, I just don't want them to overcomplicate it. Like, it's just a basic attraction. It shouldn't require a lot.
I don't want...
But unfortunately it is.
I don't want the amount that's, like, in Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. I don't have anything as far as Pirates goes. I think Pirates is fine.
Pirates is fine because we just updated it.
Oh yeah, we did just update it. That's right.
Updated it. It still makes sense. We have we have the Johnny Depp Captain Jack Sparrow. Like, all of it makes sense.
Yep, it's fine.
I think if you did anything, like, there's a few couple scenes that you could, like, put some paintwork into.
Yeah.
Just to, like, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just.
But it's fine. Moving on to Frontierland. We are already getting a refurbishment / retheme of Splash Mountain. So we don't need to talk about that. I will just say that I'm excited for Tiana.
I'm also very excited.
Ecstatic. I don't think Big Thunder Mountain needs any love. I think it's fine.
So, fun fact, that's on my list.
Oh, shit.
Refurb it! I want the Disneyland Big Thunder. I want the dynamite.
See, I've never experienced that, so I can't say that. Also, we have a Big Thunder Mountain board game. Highly suggest.
Ooh.
You and Jake will have to come over one night, because we have a Big Thunder Mountain board game. We have a new... It's called Happiest Day on Earth, and it's a Magic Kingdom game, and you have to go through and, like, collect cards and visit the different attractions, characters, restaurants. It's really fun. We played it the other night. We have that one. We have another one, too. I don't remember what it is, but we have another attractions game. There's a Space Mountain one.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to come over because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's fun.
I want to see... I know it's currently, or it was whenever I wrote this at the time, it was under a refurb. But I think that was just for the same, like, paint touch-ups that they do yearly.
Yeah.
I just want to see... There's, like, just a couple of areas where I want to see, like, a little bit of lighting special effects in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to see dynamite and stuff like that. Like, I think that's cool. I think that's a really cool feature that they have in Disneyland that I think could easily be put into Disney World.
I agree. I think if I had anything to say about Big Thunder Mountain, it would be that it is a bit of a rough roller coaster. And if I was going to suggest anything, I'd suggest a new track to make it a little smoother.
Yeah, I think, like, if we just give it a little bit of love.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know that we do with paint, but let's give it, like, an actual TLC.
Mechanical love. Yeah, I get that.
I have a really fun one in Frontierland.
Are you going to say Tom Sawyer Island?
I am going to say Tom Sawyer Island. How did you know?
Because you've gone on this rant before.
I hate it over there. So I hate it over there, but I also love it over there. I just wish that they could figure out what they want to do with that area.
Same. Yeah.
Because, like, I will tell... this is my one hack. My one Disney World hack.
Ooh.
If you don't want to leave the park, go to Tom Sawyer Island. There's, like, a little refurbishment, like, area, like a where they have, like, Coke vending machines and stuff like that. But they also have, like, picnic tables.
Mm-hmm.
Go over there and take yourself, like, a lovely little nap. Just a tiny little nap.
Okay.
Great recharge for the rest of the day. It's shaded, because there's tons of trees over there. And then go right back into the park. It's great.
Interesting strategy.
This is something that I have done
Speaking from experience.
multiple times now.
Oh my gosh. You
That's how
poor
it's all-
thing.
Well, because I just do the thing where I'm like, man, I just don't want to park hop right now. Like, because technically if I leave and then come back, it could count as park hop, so.
You just want to take a nap.
Yeah! So I'll just go over to Sawyer Island and I'll take a nap.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. I've been to Tom Sawyer Island once. So once again, I need an excuse to go. I think my kids would probably love it. We might try and get over there next time.
Like, there's so much potential over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not well kept.
Mm-mm.
It needs love in the mindset of we just need to theme that area.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because Tom Sawyer was like the Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn are like super controversial.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to give it like a Lost Boys theme.
Yeah, like
have the Lost Boys running around there.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much potential in that one area.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great.
Yeah, make like a Lost Boys like storyline. Make it fun, make it interactive. Have them out there, just running around. You have the costumes from the parades, so like you don't have to create them from nothing.
Or like if you wanted to, you could do like Up, like whenever they actually make it over to.
Yeah, that's true.
To do that. I know that we have Kevin in Animal Kingdom, but like it's just another place that you could put those characters.
Yeah, you could also do like a Bayou theme.
Good. You could also bring Tiana over there too.
You could do like Al and what's the Firefly's name?
Ramon.
Ramon. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential for a storyline there as well.
I think so too. I mean, it's a lot of land over there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of potential.
Especially if you plan on building behind it.
Right.
I think that there is a ton you could do with it if you plan on building behind it. It could be an introductory land. The possibilities are endless, and what they're doing with it right now is not working.
No, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad what they're doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Haunted Mansion, wouldn't touch it.
I just give it a little bit of love.
Hall of Presidents, don't need it.
I'm offended.
Why?
I love Hall of Presidents just because it's a great place to go to get out of the sun. Eat.
Go to Tom Sawyer Island. Take a nap.
Nap at Tom Sawyer Island. What? My plan is to go over to Hall of Presidents, get some air conditioning in there, and like get bored to death, and then go over to Tom Sawyer Island.
Take your pre-nap before your nap.
It's again, Hall of Presidents is another great place for you to take a nap.
Yeah, it is. It is rich with history. I'll give you that.
I'm also the type of person I like history though too.
Yeah. I don't think I've been once, and that was when my parents worked there and we didn't have anything to do, so we sat through it. And it's just gonna keep getting longer the more presidents we have. Like, it's already pretty long and boring.
I'll tell you this much. Whenever I went, Barack Obama was still the president. And Obama's speech actually made me tear up.
God, you're such a nerd.
There's that.
I'm just kidding.
I think there's one attraction that we're really missing out on, and I feel like maybe we might both agree on this one. Country Bear Jamboree.
Needs a refurb.
You just want to refurb it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to retheme it.
I don't care what it gets rethemed to. I love Country Bear Jamboree, do not get me wrong. But either do something with the Country Bears or nix it.
I mean, Wendell and Big Al meet.
Yeah, Liver Lips comes out every once in a while too.
And
so.
Liver Lips, yeah, that's right.
Like,
I'm pretty sure every time I've gone on the Magic Kingdom for the last 2 years, they've been out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's shocking.
They're typically out on the balcony area now. Yeah.
No, I mean last time I went, they weren't out. I don't even think it was open whenever I went last time.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I think if you give it a nice refurb, give me a sound and light show along with the performance.
That's fair. I mean, like growing up, when I was a little kid, I loved Country Bear Jamboree. Like that was the one place that we had to hit every single time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same show over and over again at this point for me. So I just want to see it either get completely overhauled or just nix it and let's put something else in there.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. What a hot take.
It's Magic Kingdom. We're gonna have some wild takes tonight.
Yeah. We totally skipped over Country Bear Jamboree. They made the Frontierland Shoot and Arcade free, so that's probably going to be going away soon because they're giving up on it.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. Let's see here. What's that?
Hall of Presidents is technically Liberty Square.
Yeah, I was trying to move through Liberty Square. We both said we wouldn't touch Haunted Mansion, which puts us back in Fantasyland and New Fantasyland, which we've already hit. So that leaves us with one more land. Do you have anything on Main Street? Because, I mean, technically we have Main Street.
There was also Toontown Circus, too, technically where Dumbo is.
I thought that was New Fantasyland.
Yeah. I just miss back when they had the houses. I loved going through those things.
Yeah, we covered, last episode, Gabby and I covered a 2001 Walt Disney World trip planning video. And I got real emotional.
That was a great time to be going to Disney. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Really
we'll probably cover another one here soon. That might be our next episode, but 2001 was the earliest that I could remember going, and I guess it was the first time she went too, so we kind of covered like our earliest memories. And that's where it would have been. So, if you haven't listened to that, go listen to it. And yeah, I do miss those damn houses too. They're so good.
So good. It was so much fun.
They were a good time in history. Yeah. The world was not shit when I could meet Mickey Mouse in his house.
Right.
Just
when
saying.
I could meet Mickey Mouse in his house, and I could walk through Minnie's house while she was baking a birthday cake.
Yeah, all was well in the world.
Good time alive.
Yeah, the Casey Jr. Train Interactive, I think, is a great addition to Fantasyland, to the Storybook Circus. The Barnstormer, I bet you want to tear out the Barnstormer, don't you?
I don't. I love that.
Oh, nice.
That ironically was like one of my first roller coasters was Barnstormer.
2.5 years ago, I would have torn out the Barnstormer, but my kids love it, and I love taking them on it now, so I will never tear it out.
It's such a good introductory roller coaster.
Yeah, they love it. And now they love, well, Kaiser loves all roller coasters. Eli was really excited to ride Slinky Dog, like, whole trip. Slinky Dog, Slinky Dog. We get on Slinky Dog. He's like, I went off! I was like, you poor guy.
Blame him.
Yeah, he's just getting whipped around.
I was just like, nope.
Yeah, but he'll be alright. So yeah, that finishes up
Tomorrowland.
We are on Tomorrowland, and I think this is where things are going to get dicey.
I think things are going to get real dicey over here.
What are we doing with Autopia?
With Autotopia?
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Nix it. Gone. Bye. Later.
I think we can keep the cars. I think there's a better way we can figure out to run the cars.
It smells so bad.
And it sounds so bad.
So loud.
Yeah. Let's figure out a different way to make the cars run, and I'll be fine with it.
And that's my thing, too, is that Tomorrowland's supposed to be, like, this futuristic world, and then there's Autopia right there, and you're just kind of like, these cars are from the 90s, 80s and 90s.
Yeah, they're real bad.
Yeah, they're really bad. Give me something a little bit more futuristic, you know?
Give me a theme. Give me Wreck-It Ralph. I'll be fine with it.
Oh, yeah, with Vanellope?
Yeah, give me some race cars, not running on whatever the hell they run on.
Yeah, and it works, too, because, I mean, it's, like, video game-esque, and, I mean...
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I agree with you. Wreck-It Ralph in that area would be amazing.
Yeah, you don't need to put it in Stitch's Great Escape. Just put it in Autopia.
Ooh, speaking of Stitch's Great Escape.
I feel like I have to love it, but that's just me.
That's because you really love Stitch.
Yeah.
I say, toss it.
What?
Get rid of Stitch's Great Escape.
It's gone.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's already done. But what I'm saying is, in the place of Stitch's Great Escape, I would like to see either WALL-E, like some kind of a WALL-E attraction.
Okay.
Or Inside Out.
I think WALL-E keeps with the, like, outer space theme.
Yeah. So that was my thought process with that one. I liked Inside Out because, I mean, let's be real, we kind of have, like, we don't really touch on Inside Out very much.
We do at Epcot a little, but other than that, no.
Yeah, very small, but not very much.
It's literally a joy meet and greet, and sometimes she's, like, frolicking in the gardens, like Pooh does.
Yeah. But I think putting WALL-E in there would be really cool. I mean, it would also help with conservation efforts, too, which I know Disney's huge on.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put WALL-E or Inside Out in there. I just thought Inside Out would be cool because, I mean, they already have, like, the test tube in the middle of the area.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could flash core memories up there or something like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see... Well, I don't know. I would lean more towards WALL-E.
Yeah, I would lean harder towards WALL-E, but the other thing, too, is that I feel like WALL-E kind of failed Disney a little bit, and that's why Disney really doesn't touch on WALL-E very much.
Yeah, it didn't give them the money that they needed, the revenue.
Yeah. So I don't think that they would go for it. I think they would be more leaning towards an Inside Out situation.
I'm going to be real honest. I've never watched WALL-E all the way through.
So Jacob and I just watched it like a couple months ago because I was like, man, I haven't watched WALL-E in a really long time. And being an adult and watching WALL-E hits way harder than
Does it?
Yeah, because you're just like, oh man, we are screwed up big.
My kids watched it, but I played on my phone like a 12-year-old. And I should have watched it, but I did not.
It just hits harder because you're just like, oh man, like we're kind of heading towards this. So
yeah, not gonna watch it. Good to know.
Crisis.
I would not touch. I don't think I would refurb or retheme Space Mountain. I would close it down and give it love.
I said refurb Space Mountain.
Yeah, I don't necessarily if it would be called a refurb, but like,
I think my thought process was if I was going to refurb or retheme one of the mountains, let's just do a total overhaul of all the mountains.
Yeah.
Here gets a refurb, Space Mountain gets a refurb. I just want to see, like, I know that in Disneyland they have, like, a little bit more lights, like lighting features and projections. I want to see that because I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is me or maybe I'm, like, confusing it with another ride, but I feel like there's, like, one disco ball in the middle of the entire track that's just lit up and it's just spinning and that's what's making the sense.
On Space Mountain?
Yeah, but I could be thinking of Kings Island.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Kings Island.
But that's how it kind of feels, though, too, to me. It's
it's like one of those things you can buy for your kids, I know, because our kids had one, where it's like a circular thing, and, like, the lights, like, circulate.
Yeah.
It's not like a disco ball, but I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But, like, lights are always out, tracks are always down, things are always going wrong. Like, let's just take some time and give that thing the love it needs for... Take it down for 6 months. As long as it's not going to break down every 30 minutes for the next 3 years, I don't care.
And refurb the freaking queue.
Yeah. At first, it was really cool, but now it leaves something to be desired for.
It smells bad and it's boring.
I'll give that to you. Listen, I have a very close friend who worked there for a while, so I cannot recall the last time I waited in the queue.
Got you.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't work there anymore, so, like, no more VIP entrances.
Yeah, now you gotta be, like, direct experience.
Except when I'm with her. Last time I was with her, we did not wait. But that was very nice, and I'm very thankful for that, and I'm sure she knows that. Buzz Lightyear. I want to keep it the way it is, but I want to pepper in the new Buzz movie, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before several times.
Yeah, because you and I both shared the same sentiment that, like, I think it would be cool to pepper in a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But I love that ride so much.
I do too. Maybe let's update the guns a little bit. Mm-hmm. Let's give them some updates, because half the time my laser isn't pointing where I need it to, and it's not blasting the way I want it to.
I'm so limited in my range of motion.
Yeah.
Give me something else, because I know that there's some targets way up high that I'm
let me like pull it out and do it.
Let me do that.
We went to Chicago this past weekend, and we went to the Legoland Discovery Center, which was overpriced and not worth any of our money, but they had an attraction like that, and you held the gun instead of, like, it being stationary, which I thought was kind of cool.
So ironically, I think Men in Black at Universal, you're able to pull the gun from.
Yeah,
shoot that way. Just put that in.
Doesn't disrupt the integrity of the attraction whatsoever.
No. I know there's I've been on the People Mover. I know there's targets way up high.
And you can't reach them unless you're at, like, a certain angle to turn. Yes. It's so annoying.
I'm like, let me get those, because I know that those are worth way more.
Yeah. I need to get it!
I need to get it! I ride People Mover just so I know exactly what room it is.
Right? It's the alien room. It's the first room.
It is. It's the alien.
Every time.
So many points that I'm missing out on.
Yeah. So let's update Buzz to catch up with the current film.
Yes.
Maybe sprinkle in some new characters. The first monster that he encounters in the first few minutes of the movie, spoiler alert, let's put that one in there.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
You don't even have to take Zurg out. You don't have to do any of that.
No. I think Zurg looks better in that form than he does in the new movie form anyways.
Yeah, I prefer Toy Zurg.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just give it some love. That's all I'm asking. I love that ride. Just give it
some love. Yeah. Last attraction, I think. Do we both have the same opinion on Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor?
I avoid it. I've been in it a couple of times. I watched it once and it made me laugh, and then I never went back to it.
Same. I've only been in it once. Gabby took the kids last September when I went and rode Space Mountain with my friend. I think. I don't remember what they did, but I'm pretty sure she rode it with them. She took them on it. But yeah, I don't see a need for it.
No.
It's just a place to get people out of the heat.
Yeah, I don't see a need for it. It's just, well, the funny thing too is that during Mickey's Not So Scary, it just becomes like a treat route.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going through there, and again, it's another place for people to just get off their feet.
Turn it into a bar.
The excitement in your eyes.
Listen, I am 130 days sober, so this has it affects me none. But turn it into a bar.
I think if you are going to have it be the laugh floor, yeah, I agree. If you want to keep it the laugh floor, make it like an actual comedy club.
That's what I was about to say. Make it like geared as like a comedy club.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great.
Done. We've solved all the world's problems.
Solved all of the problems. Boy, people are going to be real spicy about Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, they're probably going to hate us after this. It's fine.
I don't hate anything on Main Street. There's like not anything I can think of. I feel like Main Street's been getting a lot of love lately because I feel like the dance have been out a lot more lately.
I think the 50th just kind of made it pop with the statues and all. Well, and coming off of COVID, all of the entertainment coming back has made Main Street pop. People
back.
And cavalcades are happening more often. Therefore, people are just getting to Main Street more often.
That the piano player that they put outside of
Casey's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I want to say it's Casey's.
Yeah.
That he's been out a lot more recently. I think like a lot of the just people of Main Street have been out. Yeah,
I'm excited to see if they start bringing that back, like the citizens of Main Street, kind of like the citizens of Hollywood, where they had the mayor and they had a couple other people that would just roam around. I'd really like to see that come back because I think that just gives it some authenticity.
It really does, and it makes it feel like you're walking down the street of like a hometown.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm for it. I don't think there's really anything on Main Street I would touch. It's stuff that they're already doing, just paint touch-ups and stuff like that. So.
Yep, I agree.
Train back in service and running.
What's that?
The train is back in service.
Yep. Train's back. It now goes through Tron. It's very uneventful.
Yeah.
They've also got I think they have a new narrator on the train too.
Yeah, I think.
It almost sounds like the same guy who does the People Mover.
Yeah, so I think I watched somebody who had gone on the train, and it sounds like the same guy as the People Mover.
Yeah. What do they call it? Orac or something? Oric? The People Mover guy? I forget what they call him. Something like that. But anyways, what?
I said I love the People Mover, though.
Yeah, same. We are playing our Happiest Place on Earth game, and there's an option where you like spin and it lands on the castle, and you can either answer the question that's on the card or like go to the castle and face the repercussions there. And Gabby had one that was like, what place would be the best place to like take a nap or cool down or something? And she said Navi River Journey, and I was like, what? She's like, I'm not playing into your People Mover, and I was like, what?
Also, a great place to take a nap, People Mover.
Honestly, the only problem with that one is you have to get off and get back on.
Yeah. So. That's why Sawyer Island. Great place to take a nap. There you go. You have a new answer.
Yeah, there you go.
Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah. There you have it. We completed Magic Kingdom, thus wrapping up our series. Sam, this was awesome.
I've had a great time.
Yeah, this was great. You will be back on.
Yes.
Soon, hopefully.
I'm just going to give the people a break from me for a while.
I think you need a break. Sam has recently announced she's having a baby girl, so we are excited for that. You said you're 23 weeks now, so is that halfway? I don't know how pregnancies work.
Yeah, I'm a little over halfway now.
Nice. We're excited for that. We were just talking about that before we started recording. So yeah, Sam, once again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening. I am gonna record. I'll probably edit this tomorrow or something. I'm not sure. Got another busy weekend. Life has been crazy.
Life has been crazy.
But yeah. Thank you guys for listening. As always, follow us on all our social medias. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. And have a good week, day, whatever you're destined to have.